So while we were down in Penzance, I really wanted to come and check out the geothermal pool that they have here. I knew I wouldn't be able to handle the Lido because I can't stand cold water and I struggle to swim in the sea at all times in the UK. But the geothermal pool is a heated pool, so I thought, why not come down and give it a go? So the Jubilee Pool at Penzance is an Art Deco Lido. It's actually grade 2 listed. It's recognised as being the finest surviving example of its type, with the exception of Saltdean Lido. And with a capacity of 5 million litres, it is actually the UK's largest seawater pool. There's a nice cafe here, so if you don't want to go in the water and you just want to chill out and wait for somebody, then it's perfectly nice to sit in the cafe, and they also have seats all around overlooking the sea. I do personally find these style of Lidos a little bit sterile is probably the word, but I know that was the style at the time and this is an original Lido. I would love to see plants and trees around them to make them a little bit more interesting. So I have always wanted to go in one of the geothermal pools, particularly the ones in Iceland. So I was really excited and looking forward to this. And I actually only read afterwards that it was only heated to 35 degrees. So don't expect it to be hot. It is only really warm. And I don't know how it would feel on a cold day. Although this pool has been around since 1935 and it was actually built to mark the Silver Jubilee of George V, it only added its geothermal pool in 2020. The idea of adding the heated section was actually dreamed up back in 2010 by the brother of the former pool director, who over a pint or two at the local pub was discussing how often people struggle with the pool's chilly temperature, which is obviously me. And after just returning from a trip to New Zealand where he'd been in the geothermal pools, he decided to try and get one going over here as well. It took 10 years and £1.8 million worth of funding to actually get the geothermal pool up and running. It's heated up to 35 degrees by its own hot water well. They also had one of these inflatable obstacle courses, which honestly, if you fell into the geothermal pool, I'd be on it all day long, but the thought of falling into that ice cold Lido is too much. Now, the thing that I didn't like about this pool was the changing rooms and the showers. I felt like they let it down to a point where I would never go again. And I do think they could do with some modernisation. I don't think it would be that big a deal to put a really basic, warm changing rooms with some basic hair dryers and hot showers in. I know they're probably trying to stick to the original layout, but these showers were cold, and so you couldn't get to warm up after being in the pool. And the changing rooms were also freezing, and a lot of them didn't even have doors on them. So I'm here at the Jubilee Pools in Penzance, and so you can see the pool behind me. The one thing that I'm not excited about or looking forward to is the shower because they're definitely basic, and I am the kind of person I like to blow dry my hair. So I'm not really looking forward to going out for dinner with just naturally dried hair, but I guess we're like roughing it today. They actually bring GHDs, which kind of feels a bit stupid now, but I guess I was ever more hopeful. One thing I did love though was the sinks on these toilets. So they actually recycle the water, and the water that you wash your hands with then goes down and recycles into the toilet water. And even the toilet paper is actually made from recycled drink cartons.